sitting in my, what's going to be my den eventually, in this spare bedroom. Put the big window in there. Anyway, I got this old cowboy hat. I bought this in Mexico on a trip with some friends. And it's probably one of the most comfortable, just maybe it's the brim, but one of the most comfortable hats that I've ever had for a long time. It reminded me, I guess, about all the trips down the road. And as I was making supper tonight, I was watching, just listening to Chad Hiltz on his YouTube channel. And the last couple of series, they've been over at an old guy's place that has a motorcycle collection, Vincent Motorcycle, and Rudge, I think it's called. And he's in his 80s, and he's on his last day. I think maybe he already had passed. I'm not 100% sure. But as I was watching it, and to go back a little further, today I'm planning to try again another motorcycle trip. But as I listened to that interview, it made me think about down the road. You know, do these things. If there's something that you want to do it. Because I was watching the guy, and he was surrounded in his living room with all these beautiful pictures. And he knew his history, he knew it really well. And I could sense and I could feel the thoughts in his mind about all of the places that he's been, the fun that he had. Very clear, very sharp mind. And cancer's going to take his life. So it's not like he's laying in a bed with dementia or something and doesn't remember anything. His last breath will go, but the memories and the knowledge that he has about the hot rods, the race cars, the motorcycling is very vivid. And everybody around him will be sad, but there's something about the way he has lived his life. The experiences on the road, and what he's going to leave behind. So that made me think about further down the road, when you pass, if your loved ones are with you, and it might be the last year, the last month, the last day, and if you were sitting in your chair and some serious illness was going to take your life and your kids were there with you that last day, or your loved ones, whoever they would be, friends. And when they walked out the door and looked back, and that in their mind might be the last time that they're going to see you, your last day on the earth, how do you portray that? What do you do? Because it's going to be sad, it's going to be crushing for them. But what can you do to honor your life and to support them? Because that's what we do, I think, definitely as fathers, as adults, as parents. And I think what it is you have to be strong. If you can be. If you can be strong. And by strong, I've heard it said before, to die well, you have to have lived well. Go take that motorcycle trip. You know, last year, I think it was, I tried to go to Florida, made it to Washington, wake up, didn't know where I was, come home. This summer, made it to Vermont, came home. I'm not going to speak about it right now, but I'm quite excited about the trip that I have planned. I'll get into that in later videos. But I'm going to go try it. I'm going to go do it. And I often said one time, my last days, happiness would be if I was in the south somewhere sitting behind my motorcycle and I was tired and I sat down behind it and my leathers just dropped and it was a puff of smoke. And that was the end of me. Well, things have changed. What would make me happy right now is knowing that I lived a life doing what I want to do. Up in the trees, down at the butt with a chainsaw, limbing trees, making people happy doing their work, riding the roads in my bike, playing a little music, and if this little corner of my world is where my head dropped, I would be strong with it. I'd be happy. I'd know that there's things around here that really meant something to me. I'll show you what I mean. Let me show you. Follow me here now. From a trip in Cuba, 2012. The clouds, the flags, the horses, the pride. The old family lobster pound. Our dog. I can't go into that. A picture that my daughter painted when she was probably in grade 4 maybe, reminds me of so many places I've been. So, I know that I've lived a good life. Lately anyway.